Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you beginning our month of Sagittarius? First of all, remember that we are not doing this month aligned with the astrological um, month. Okay, we're working with the conceptual month. So today we start the month related to the concept I see, okay, which is the aspect of Sagittarius, the I am. So some people have been asking me, where can we still hear the music for the other months? And the answer would be not where, but when. And that would be August 2021. Sorry. So just to let you know about the music is not something to make company to the alignments. Music is something that represents the alignment. So what Gisha did with the music for all this month is not just us to listen it, but to be aligned. That's why my goal is to have this song, the music, constantly in rhythm. So it doesn't matter where we connect, when we connect, we can be all the same in the same vibration. I don't care. I don't care if you don't see me. I care if you hear me. So it doesn't matter if my face is a pixel. It doesn't matter. So today we begin with Sagittarius month. So we leave our shadows behind in the subconscious to reach for the conscious in the clarity of the light. So let's remember this, that matter is the conjunction, the structure of energies, and the energies comes from vibration. So the universe expresses itself in waves of vibration that starts to create different energies by polarity, and these energies create structures that will be called matter. So matter is distortion of energy, and energy is the distortion of sound. So matter will be known as the dimension where we experience all the distortions. So the world of this, the world of matter, is made up with different projections. So distortions means that we are just reflections and perceptions of reality. Nothing in the matter really exists. They're only perceptions. So distortion is not something bad. It's just a position, a structural organization of reality. So it's not bad. It's simply how the axis bends itself. Okay, so it's another position. That's all. When we, for example, look ourselves into the mirror, the light reflects in the mirror and goes back to us. This ending of the light allows ourselves to see the image of what we are. Okay, so the distortion, the torsion, the bending of the light towards me is the one that allows me to perceive every dimension and every perception of myself. So this is why the Distortion is something good for the universe because it allows the divine to see every possibility for stuff. So what this means, that the world of shapes are based in shadows, okay? It's based on distortions and shadows. So shadows will be kind of a guidance in our reality. This is why many of us as humans in this reality live through the distortions. We live a distorted life, and also we live through the shadows, believing that those things are the only truth. So this is why we have created all our existence related to the distortions and the shadows. So through thousands of years of existence, what we have done was kind of like waving these kind of shadows and distortions through thoughts, beliefs, religions, cultures. We all have created like kind of a network where we are trapped. That's why we feel like we are slaves of this reality. And this is where we start to understand the allegory of the cavern of Socrates and Plato. We think by this allegory that we live in a cave where we see the shadows projected, feeling slaves, but also believing that that's the only reality that we can live. So we live through the shadows. There's a moment when one of those slaves in the cave says, this cannot be the only truth. There should be much more outside. There should be more things. The truth must be another one. So this person starts to try to seek for to look for the outside, to go into the outside. So this person, this slave, says, okay, I have to go away, to go outside, to seek for the light. And by looking into the eyes of the truth that is outside the cave, I will be free for the first time. So what happens? This person starts to walk outside the cave, and it starts this adventure where it's to find all the truth by learning step by step in this new path in the outside. So this person begins the path of self-acknowledging, to try to understand that everything is a perception, and depending on my wisdom, I can understand the reality, the truth. So look at this. What happened when this person have done all this path? It comes back to the cave to talk with them, to talk with its own shadows, with the ones in the shadow, to bring clarity to the darkness, to the shadows inside the cave. If this being came back to the cave, what this shows us? That the light is not the consciousness. This means that light is not the consciousness. Light is a path to consciousness. Because the being, in order to become conscious, has to come back to light, to the darkness, to bring the light. This is why when people try to escape from the darkness, from the shadow, to go straight to the light, they will never find enlightenment. Because they are denying the origin of your path. This is why it was so important, the month of Scorpio, because Scorpio shows us all the darkness that we have to acknowledge in order to become aware. So this person that had escaped from the shadow and darkness to find the light had to come back to the shadows to bring the light. But it would be different if you work with your shadows and then you go into with all of them. So this is why what we have to do is to pay attention to all our traumas, our subconscious, all the things that we have within, hidden in our shadows. Because when you recognize all that in the subconscious, is the only way you can bring clarity. That moment when the slave says, this cannot be the only truth, there should be much more, is when the path of Sagittarius begins. When the person says, I have to go outside and to see the truth, and to look for the truth, and to have fun looking for the truth. And in order to find those truths, what we have to do is to allow those old perceptions to die. This is why yesterday we had to die, so we today could resurrect. Today I wrote in the blog about resurrection and the meaning of the word, which is resurrectio, which means to go back, to take what is below into a straight position. That's what it is, resurrect. So whatever was laying down on the floor, whatever was buried in the floor, in the ground, now it stood up again. This is related to the concept of keep moving ahead. Do you remember what we have talked yesterday? Yesterday we have seen that this is the wave of reality, and when it bends, when it starts to compress, it creates the matter. So from one life we go to death, we go to another life, and then we go to death again, and constantly the same. So this means that someone goes down, falling down in the ground, in the negative, and then it stands up, going up again, straight into the life. So this means here that in the life we have a physical body, and then it goes away, it spreads away by death. So this concept here of creating a life is what we call incarnation. Incarnation comes from the Latin, which means within flesh. So we are here in flesh. So that's an incarnation. And then we die and we stop being inside the flesh. So when I come back to life, I will call this reincarnation. So the concept of reincarnation is related to getting in another physical body. Okay? If I was dead and then I come back into life by reincarnation, this means also that from being dead like this, I come back into a straight position in life. So we also resurrect. Okay? The resurrection is another way of calling reincarnation, because we incarnated again inside a body in life. So they are synonymous, same. So remember, this here is one life. So I reincarnate in one life, resurrecting in life. So now we have this life to where we reincarnated and resurrected, but during this life we will live a whole process. This process that we will live also have downs and up. It has moments of crisis, moments of stability, moments of chaos, moments of sadness or euphoria. Yes? So through our life, we will also live these moments of ups and downs. So the reason why we have this in one life is because we need the process of crisis to take strength and to charge energies so we could create in the next step. So this is what we normally call to fall down and to stand up again. So this process of going up again after a crisis that we live in our lives is also called resurrection. Every living being, through the crisis that we live, we all experience constantly direction. How many of you here have to start all over again? How many of you have been living a crisis and you just say, I have to begin from zero, from the very beginning? Many of us had lived those kind of things many in our lives, with different people, with different situations, and even we can live many of them in just 1 week. So all of us throughout our lives are experiencing constantly what it means to die and to be reborn, to die and to be reborn constantly. And to that rebirthing, we resurrection. When we acknowledge that we are part of the divine trying to figure out itself, its many possibilities of itself, we will find out that we are just divine expressions trying to understand itself by this process. So resurrection is a way in which the divine expresses itself. So life basically is a journey of recognition, is a journey of learning about myself through life. And this is why this path towards the light is related to Sagittarius. All this process is called process of learning and process of education. The process of learning is the one that awakens knowledge. The process of education is the one that awakens wisdom. Both of them are the path that Sagittarius will take to show us how to reach the light. Light here is not seen like light, it's seen like the concept of clarity in order to be able to see the things how they really are. The process of learning and education needs for us to fall down and to stand up again. Because it's the way in which we learn, is the way that we call proof and mistake. So related to the crown chakra today, what we have to understand, we have to acknowledge is that every time that we fall down into the darkness, into the crisis, is just to take the amount of energy necessary to learn how to stand up and keep going, how to resurrect. So of course that in the Christianity, people relate resurrection only with Jesus Christ. But I wrote about it in the blog, so read it there. But the main thing that I want for you to have today about this, about resurrection, is that resurrection is something conceptual. It's not specifically a historical fact. This is why today, related to the crown chakra, what we do is to take all the mud that we have put in ourselves during the Scorpio month, to nourish the lotus, so the lotus can flower in our crown chakra, and from there bring clarity to the path of life, to the path to wisdom. So our journey begins. Information for today. The vibration for today, Ya. The statement for today is, I am the dimension of unity. So the sound Ya means dimension, and the letter A is number 1. So that's why dimension of unity. Today we change the concepts and we begin with the 12 geometries. The code for today is the tetrahedron. The first one of the spirit's tools in the creation of its own universe is the tetrahedral figure. It has 4 edges, 4 faces, and 4 vertices. This means 12 perspectives that resume the cosmos visions. Related with fire, it's the of the spirit, for its form is like a steady flame. By multiplying in its complementary opposite, constitutes a Merkaba, base of creation. So let's go to the light, going out of the darkness. Sit comfortable, and I focus in my breathing. The only thing that I'm gonna do is to kiss the tips of my fingers with my other fingers. Very soft. focusing in the breathing. Take a deep breath and remember, within me there is a seed. Under this mud, below this tree. I feel how I am nourishing the seed. The roots starts to go out from the seed and the leaves begins to open outside the mud. I am the flower that emerges from the mud. I am the flower, and outside I start to perceive the sounds of insects and animals. With my hands, I accompany this flower that starts to open. I am flowering. I am this flower looking for the light. I begin to expand my body softly, going up, searching for the light, expanding my whole body. Wide. Take a deep breath. With your movement, start to grow, reaching the branches of the tree, going between leaves and reaching the light of the sun over it. I can see now the whole forest from above. I can see the birds flying around. And in the horizon, I can see the sun with all these savage animals, wild, all enlightened by the rays of the sun and the blue sky. Take a deep breath and breathe out. Take deep breath and go up and up. Observe the forest and the savanna extending from way above. I can hear the sounds of all the birds and all the animals in the wild, in the savanna. I can see everything, but I can see even more. I take a deep breath and I go even higher to the height of the clouds, being able to see the horizon, the sea shining, the coast of these lands. I am surrounded with this color, white, light blue, and this. I observe below me Africa. Take a deep breath and go up and up, observing now the light shining on the surface of Earth. Recognizing that the light that once I saw in the sky is now shining on Earth. As I go far away, observing this light, I perceive also Europe, Middle East, Asia, the Americas, Oceania, Antarctica. And from here, I can say, I see, I see, I see. And from here, I recognize that everything is one, that the only dimension possible is unity. I am the dimension of unity. I am the dimension of unity. I am the dimension of unity. I am the resurrection of eternal life. I see. Breathe in, be contemplating the light of the earth from the world of the idea and imagination. And softly, I bring this planet of light with my hands towards the crown chakra. Acknowledging that I have resurrected from the shadows to the light. My crown is the illuminated world. I hear, I see. Take a deep breath, bringing your hands to your chest, to the heart, acknowledging the power of resurrection within you. Take a deep breath, and each one at its own time, come back here and now. Welcome to the light. So today, rest a lot and assimilate the vibration for this whole month. And for sure tomorrow I will give you some homework for this month. Okay? So rest and see you tomorrow at this time. Thank you for being there. Bye.